Verse 3. When Abu Lahab will be in the hell fire, and then he would realize the return for his disbelief and tyranny. And know of what value was his wealth. Verse 4. Jamila, the sister of Abu Sufyan, was the wife of Abu Lahab. She was also equally mischievous and grossly wicked. She was a squint-eyed woman of equally bad temperament like her husband. She used to collect thorny sticks the whole day, bundle them up with some rope made of fiber of the date palm, and in the night, she used to spread the collected thorns in the path, which the Holy Prophet usually used at night or very early before dawn to go to the mosque for prayers, so that the thorns may wound his feet or get stuck into his clothes. The Holy Prophet used to collect them aside. Hence, she is called the bearer of the wood. He begetteth not, nor is he begotten. 112. 3. And there is none like unto him. 112. 4. Commentary. Verse 1. The Jews asked the Holy Prophet to describe the identity or to relate the genealogy of God, and the messenger angel brought this surah. There is a vast difference between the two Arabic words, ahad, and wahid, both commonly thought to mean oneness. To indicate the unity of God, it is said in this verse that God is ahad, i.e. one in the sense of the absolute oneness of his essential existence, not in the numerical sense of the numeral, which has its second and third, but the one which has no second of it. The expression one is in the sense of being the only, in conceiving whose existence all the faculties of the human intellect are helpless. He is such a one that even his attributes are his essence and not separate and never separable from him. It is a death blow, Islam rendered to all imaginary conception of any kind of polytheistic doctrines and the phenomena of plurality about the all-divine too. He is one with none comparable to him, without any beginning or end, unlimited by time, space or circumstances. A reality before which all others have no existence. He is the Creator, one, and everything is his creation. This chapter with all its brevity is considered to contain the gist or the spirit of the absolute unity of God, which is the fundamental of the fundamentals of the faith, Islam. It is considered that 1/3 of Quran is revealed as an explanation to this synthesis. It is said that the Holy Prophet was asked to give the idea of Godhead which he preached, and this chapter was revealed. It begins with pronoun, third person, singular, ar. Who, i.e., he, which refers to something known to all but not identified with any, as against the usual reference in the term of first person singular, I, of the conception of the Absolute in the Aryan creeds, saying the Atma and the Brahma both are one. 4. The word refer to one, ahad, stands for unity of his essence, i.e., he is not of composite nature. Samad stands to denote that he is all compact in his unity, in the sense that he cannot be described or defined to be void of any excellence, or any excellence to be void of him. Thus, he is all in the true sense of the term, discarding every possibility of incarnation. Thus proves his all-pervadingness and all-comprehensiveness, which means his being infinite. As such, the question of his being in the sense of something separated from him is his issue, or his being separated from anybody from any origin, i.e., his being born, does not at all arise, and it is self-evident that there cannot be a second or a match or a rival for such a being. It is unimaginable because the very idea of the existence of two implies the finiteness and the limitation of both, which is contradictory to the very idea of the absolute unity of the essence. AP. Verse 2. Samad, i.e. independent of any one. All perfect, the one to whom recourse is made by everything. Eternal for its needs, both for existence and for perfection. The one who needs no subsistence of any kind. Self-existing, to understand whose existence every mind is drowned in marvel and wonder. Nothing is hidden from his all-enveloping knowledge, is not accommodable in anything, not even in intellect, infinite in all aspects of the existence and attributes. In fact, the names or the attributes mentioned to describe his existence or its nature, are unconveyable in their fullness, hence cannot be translated to give the correct or the fullest sense or the meaning of the terms. All the meanings attached to this term, Samad, are the necessary properties of the actual meaning given in the note on the authority of Holy Imam Ali ibn al-Husayn as Zayn al-Abidin of the Al-Bayt. AP. Verse 3. Nothing has come out of him, i.e., He has not begotten any issue. There is no son or daughter born of him. To assign a son or a daughter to him, is the greatest blasphemy. Nor is he born of any other being. There is no match or equal to him in any aspect, in any meaning or in any sense of any of the divine qualities. To assign any wife or mate to him is a gross blasphemy against his all-divine being. Since man is a limited being and he with his inherent limitations cannot correctly conceive of things unknown to him but through some examples in the terms used for the things physical, certain terms have to be helplessly used, otherwise the essence or the qualities of God are beyond any description or definition with any amount of human knowledge with the maximum wealth of the linguistic expressions, which man can ever coin in the mind of his intellect. Anything man coins would be incomparably insignificant and hopelessly imperfect and miserably inadequate to deal with the matter connected with the knowledge of the infinite. 1. Perfect, the compact, independent in whom all depend. See the note. 2. C 59, 22-24. Shares. And from the evil of the envious when he envieth. 113. 5. Commentary. Verse 1. Falak, i.e. cleaving, here means cleaving of the darkness, i.e. dawn. It may mean destroyer of the evil effects of black art, i.e. the darkness or the calamitous effect of witchcraft. This surah was revealed to undo any evil effects of any witchcraft or sorcery. The tradition, the Holy Prophet being enchanted by the sorcerers in such a manner that he was himself unconscious what he was actually doing, reduces the last prophet of God to such a state that the rod of Moses would be superior to him to undo the sorcery. These sorts of traditions undoubtedly have been fabricated by the mischievous elements who wanted to reduce the sublime position of the Holy Prophet to their own level of character and belief. Of course, there are traditions about the utility of the recitation of this and the previous and the next surahs in dispelling the possible effect of any witchcraft. AP. Verse 2. Creation of all kinds, visible to the human eye and also invisible, creatures on earth below it or above it, known to man or unknown to him, physical or spiritual, even the psychological disturbances. Verse 3. Gasik, or intense darkness, the miserable difficulties and calamities which can also be compared to darkness against the jovial case in prosperity which can be compared to light difficulties include physical, mental and spiritual. Verse 4. Those who practice magical arts of blowing on knots, the favorite witchcraft generally practiced by perverted woman which creates psychological disturbances. Verse 5. The evil of envy which affects the prosperity of the envied one. The matter of this surah suggests that man in difficulties, physical or spiritual, should seek refuge in the omnipotent Lord who alone and of none else can give him the relief needed. From the evil of the Satan-slinking whisperer, 114. 4. Who whispereth into the breasts hearts of the people, 114. 5. From among the jinn and the men, 114. 6. Commentary. Verse 1. This surah is identical with the previous one, Surah 113. The matter is supplementary to that of the previous surah. Man is asked to seek refuge in God with his name as Rab, i.e. the Lord of men, i.e. the cherisher and sustainer. Invoking this great attribute, man can expect an especially paternal treatment. Verse 2. To seek refuge in God, invoking his authority over the affairs of men, as their king, i.e. he is the one who can independently act over his creation. Verse 3. To seek the protection, invoking the divinity of the Lord as the God of mankind, for it is God's authority which must necessarily be obeyed, i.e. it is his command or his will which is always done. Verse 4. Khanas, i.e. the one who gets back or withdraws. This is a reference